Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. This is the Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. Hope you are very well. Now I wanted to come in and just sort of weigh in on a little bit of news that I'm seeing out there. It's a Nasdaq report that only 5% of stock market IT providers have deployed blockchain. The question I have for myself and for those companies is why? And thankfully the article answers some of those questions. Now we do know that we must see larger institutions come into the space for us to truly see the growth that we're after and to see this market move into the trillions. We don't just need institutional money, but we need institutional support. And that support is through the use of implementation of blockchain projects, products, and process, the 3 Ps. Now, from the perspective of business, I understand some of these businesses. For example, I can go through some of the stats here. Okay, what is it? We've got 5% of firms have implemented blockchain in some form, compared with 40% already using cloud computing. Now, let's work on that bit just for a second. Cloud computing was something that was completely alien for a long time. But now 40% already use that. Now 40%, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's an extra 7 times more than where we are right now, 5% to 40%. Sorry, 6 times more. So we are in the position now where 40% are using cloud computing. We didn't have that at the beginning. Now, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, crypto assets, blockchain technology, well, it's still very new. It only really started to be mainstream adopted or understood or even bothered to be looked at or taken even half seriously. Probably September, October, November, December of last year, when it was all over the headlines for the fact that it was racing up and going absolutely nuts. And everybody started to look into what was blockchain. And some people started to look into the not just the price of Bitcoin, but what the technology was. And then we start to see some growth. That's why 5% now. It's a lot more than what it would have been this time last year. I guarantee that. So 40% already in cloud mining. So that's something that was new that's been taken up. 70% deploying robotic process automation. So robotic process automation, I'm assuming that's like bots or, when I think of robots, I think of car manufacturers. But we know that there's a lot of that going on. So the world, again, another technology, robotic technology, has been around a lot longer. 70% of IT businesses are now implementing this. 35% providing artificial intelligence solutions. That's probably the one that's grown the quickest, in my view. To have 35% of these companies employing AI that is a very quick take up on something that is still relatively new. It's been around for a while, but it is still relatively new. So I think that right here, right now, we've got to look at these statistics, look at these numbers, look at these things as a factual viewpoint, and understand that it's just a bit of time. Time is what it takes for this implementation to come into play. Now there are, what's the number? It's saying that there is a number there that have said that they will not or have not looked. 20% of respondents stated they have no plans to work on it. Now that's good, because now we know if you're invested in any of the 20% of those companies, it's probably a good time to get out. Because if they're not at the forefront, if they're not at the cutting edge of what's going on, and their business might need to review that. If they have no plans to work with it, work on it, or understand the working of it. Look, if they've got no plans to use it because they don't need to, hey, fine, that's absolutely commendable, absolutely fine. But I don't want to see a CEO or a board of directors in a publicly listed company, or a company that's not publicly listed that somehow I've been invested in. I don't want to see them turn around and go, oh no, that's silly, that would never work to anything. Okay, I want them to look into things, especially as an IT company, an information technology company, a tech company. These are areas that we need to be seeing these players move into. So it does seem to me that the market is starting to come around. When I say the market, I mean the market of the big business, big business, institutional players and whatnot. They are coming around. They are coming in, and time will be what will help them. Now, looking at the markets now, what the prices are doing, it's kind of not the relevance that I'm trying to get at this particular podcast. It's more about understanding that things do take time. AI, very quick uptake. Cloud computing, 4% already, 40% already using that. That was alien not long ago. And 70% deploying robotic processing. Guys, blockchain, it's a powerful source. It's a powerful tool. It's going to be implemented across the board. It's just a matter of time, in my very humble opinion. So that's just a little piece I wanted to sort of weigh in on. Another little fact there, the blockchain adoption worldwide, on funds spent, so funds spent on blockchain adoption is 2.1 billion in 2018. We are halfway through the year. Last year it was 945 million. So we are seeing a lot more come into the space. Another positive from my view. I look at things objectively. I look at things for what they are, and provided the statistics that I'm reading here are legitimate and are good, and it is from a trusted news source, then I think that this is just another positive for the space. So I wanted to share that, guys. Have a great day.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. Check out tradercobb.com because experience matters.